that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of India as by law established,
that I will uphold the sovereignty and integrity of India,
that I will uphold the sovereignty and integrity of India,
that I will duly and faithfully and to the best of my ability, knowledge and judgment
that I will duly and faithfully and to the best of my ability, knowledge and judgment
perform the duty of my office without fear and favor, affection or ill will,
perform the duties of my office without fear or favor, affection or ill will,
and that I will uphold the Constitution and the laws.
and that I will uphold the Constitution and the laws.
Congratulations.
माननीय राष्ट्रपति महोदया, आपकी अनुमति हो तो समारोह का समापन किया जाए।
All right, going straight across to my colleague Harish for more.
Yes, Ashna, India has got its 49th Chief Justice, with Justice Uday Umesh Lalit being sworn in by President Droupadi Murmu at a ceremony at the Rashtrapati Bhavan. Justice Lalit, remember, hails from Maharashtra, assumes office after Chief Justice N.V. Ramana retired yesterday. Justice Lalit will be serving as Chief Justice till November 8th this year, a relatively short tenure of just 2 months and 2 weeks. Justice Lalit becomes the second Chief Justice directly elevated to the Supreme Court bench from the bar, that is from amongst the senior advocates. He was appointed as a judge of the Supreme Court, elevated from the bar on August 13, 2014. Justice Lalit was part of several landmark judgments of the apex court, including declaring triple talaq as unconstitutional, and many judgments related to giving bail to under trials, liberalizing bail rules, and reducing congestion in Indian prisons. He was also the judge who had sentenced Vijay Mallya in jail in a contempt case pertaining to non-payment of dues to the banks. Justice Lalit also made headlines with splendid work he did as executive chairman of National Legal Aid Services Authority. And remember, speaking to Times Network on August 15th, Justice Lalit had drastically bringing down pendency in Supreme Court, which is clogged with 71,200 cases, will be his priority after taking over as Chief Justice. And though his tenure is just 2.5 months long, Justice Lalit said he will put in place a long-term mechanism to bring down pendency, which will include more use of mediation, lok adalats, and other means of out-of-court settlements. He has also expressed concern over disturbing trend of judges being attacked on social media. He had said that judges can be criticized. It helps judiciary to make a course correction, but he said criticism of a judge is not a healthy idea. when Times Network asked him about the perception that Supreme Court judges are not Supreme Court judgments are not changing situation at the ground level, and people are still being arrested under 66A of the IT Act. Muslim women still face vagaries of triple talaq. Hate speech has not ended. Indian prisons are still congested. He said that it's true that Supreme Court judgments are not changing situation at ground level. Executive is answerable on this count, and it is ultimately for executive to see that principles laid down by Supreme Court gets followed to the teeth. So, the big news coming in is that India has got its 49th Chief Justice, with Justice Uday Umesh Lalit being sworn in as the 49th Chief Justice of India, and Justice Lalit, who hails from Maharashtra, assumes office after Chief Justice Ramana retired yesterday. So, India got its 49th Chief Justice of India, who will be holding his term till November 8th. Back to you.
Right, Harish. Also talking about what Justice U.U Lalit has highlighted about the 3 areas on which he intends to work during his 74-day tenure and one of the areas is that he wants to ensure that at least one constitution bench is functioning in the Supreme Court throughout the year, Harish.
Yes, so that's a very, very significant decision taken by Chief Justice U.U Lalit, because remember, last 2.5 years, there was COVID and only very, very urgent matters were taken up for hearing by the Supreme Court. And as a result, there were a lot of pending cases, as Justice Lalit told the Times Network, that there are several crucial issues pending before constitution benches in Supreme Court, and they could not be taken up for hearing because of the COVID problem and also other problems. And he has also said that he will be streamlining the manner in which new cases are mentioned and listed for hearing. So we can wait and watch. So very interesting times ahead, because a new Chief Justice has been sworn in, and the Supreme Court will witness a totally new change in style of functioning as he has promised. So we'll have to wait and watch what kind of changes will come up from Monday, when in fact the Chief Justice U.U Lalit will formally take charge.
Right, Harish. As you had earlier mentioned, talking about the other areas which Justice U.U Lalit intends to work on is, of course, hearing the listing cases for hearing in the Apex Court, and also mentioning urgent matters.
Yes, that's right. As of now, today, there's some bit of confusion, because even yesterday, the incumbent Chief Justice who retired yesterday, N.V. Ramana, has even apologized that there was some problem with the listing of urgent cases, and he could not rectify it despite repeated appeals from senior advocates who had repeatedly raised the issue. But now, Justice U.U Lalit has promised while speaking at the farewell of Chief Justice N.V. Ramana, that he will be streamlining the process of a listing of new cases, and also regarding urgent mentioning, because as of now, several matters promised to be listed on a particular date is not finding mention in the case list. So this complaint had been raised by several senior advocates several times, but a solution could not be found out by Chief Justice N.V. Ramana, for which he apologized yesterday before the bar during his ceremonial farewell. And now Justice U.U Lalit has said that he will take some corrective measures. He will ensure that cases of urgent matters are properly listed, and will find a mention in the case list as promised by the mentioning judge, and also urgent matters will be listed as per the promise made by the bench, and also fresh matters will also get an early listing if found that an urgent hearing needs to be given to that particular matter.
Right, Harish. Justice U.U Lalit sworn in as the 49th Chief Justice of India. Many thanks for taking us through all those details.